Okay, it's a nice, bright, cheerful day. Unusual for the last couple weeks. This is the water meter. It's out in the parkway between the sidewalk and the curb. It's kind of in the curb here a little bit. This is the water meter. A little mud on here. See the silver sprocket right there? It's called a cheater wheel or a cheater paddle. It's actually a flow indicator. Call it what you will. It's very sensitive. And if it's spinning, then water's moving into your house. Potable, drinkable water. That's not a sewer test. That's a freshwater test, and it was not moving. Doesn't mean that you can't have a small, minute leak, but for us today, that passed the meter test. Passed the meter test. Let's see. Coming along. This is the main water shutoff valve, and it's also a backflow prevention device which can adjust the water pressure a little bit. It can't go higher than is being delivered, it can't go lower than is being delivered, but it can adjust between those two parameters. That's the blue handle. Parallel is on. That's what we have. Perpendicular is off. If you have an emergency, reach into this box, and it'll be great because this box is going to be excavated, should have been excavated and lined with gravel so that this event does not take place, that mud does not wash in here and cover the valves, so that you can use them and service them. That's why we take care of our things. That's why we do it. I know the builder wants to do that. These are the main sewer cleanouts to the house. One goes this way and one goes that way, so you don't have any. And so that way, if you have problems with your plumbing, the plumber can come out with an auger, a snake, a rotor reader, call it what you will, and then the lines can be cleaned out. We're looking for water pressure to the home. Water pressure to the home to be between those perimeters I was talking about. We're over here on the east side of the garage, and we're looking for it to be between 40 and 80 psi. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Lead free. That's a good thing. It looks to me here like we got about 45 psi. We're going to leave that hooked up so I can take a still image of that. About 45 psi. This is the gas meter on the east side of the garage, as I mentioned before. As I just got through mentioning. Okay. This is the bonding, the electrical bonding for the gas system. That's a good thing. And this is the main shutoff valve. This is actually your main shutoff valve. And you can shut them both off isolated, take it off water. Okay, parallel is on and perpendicular is off. And this is one of the few valves that can actually need a wrench for. I don't know why, I don't make up the rules. Other valves need to be operated by hand. That's not going to happen here. But this is the main shutoff valve to the gas line on the east side of the house, the gas line which is bonded. Drip irrigation lines, okay, they can be exposed. I don't know if they want to expose them exactly like this, but if your drip irrigation lines are exposed, this is for the lawn sprinkler system, if they're exposed, they should be stapled within every 12 inches. These just are not stapled within every 12 inches. Look at that. That's not right. Over here next to the cleanouts and the main water shutoff valve in the front flower bed, we also have the check valve. This is just a zone or a station. This is the check valve for the lawn sprinkler system. And there's the isolation handles. Parallel is on. Now this box, even though we have good clearance underneath there, this box should be excavated a little better and lined with gravel, because what's happening over there is happening over here, and it's also happening here. This is the main water shutoff valve to the lawn sprinkler system. So you turn that off, and you can take all this out and work on it. Or if you have an emergency, instead of opening this up and trying to figure this out, You know, you can just reach in here in this box after it's been excavated and lined with gravel, and you can see the valve. You just reach in there, parallel is on and perpendicular is off. That's the way that works. And since we're talking about the sprinkler system, I tried to more or less go in the order of the report. I jumped the shark with the gas line, and with the irrigation, I get that. These are the controls over here. You have a care and use manual, and the stations and zones are labeled. And I'm going to operate all that I can. I don't do programming, but I'm just going to go to manual. That'll be zone 1. Then I'll hit run. Then run will come on. And I heard it. System off. We'll just leave that off for a little bit. And while we're still talking about the lawn sprinkler system, I'll just come across here on the fence, the back fence. I'm not going to walk through that swamp more than I have to. Okay, the little white gizmo on the left belongs to this house. The little white gizmo on the right, that's your weather sensor for this house. That's it. So